Hello everyone, I welcome all you in this channel. In the last video, we have discussed about a little introduction of the poet and the theme of the poem. So, in this video, we are going to explain one by one line of the poem. So, come on the poem and let's start now. No, I don't want to be No, I don't want to be a hodgepodge of culture, a confusion of language, a nudity of imagination, an abortive affairs between an Indo and Anglican. I hate hyphen. I hate hyphens, the artificial bridges between artificial values in the name of race, religion, and language. I damn all hyphenated minds, prejudiced offspring of enlightened souls. I denounce all labels in label makers. I refuse to be a moon specimen to be analyzed, labeled, and stored for a curious gloomy fellow to realize, reclassify me, for selling me again. So, in this stanza, Said Amanuddin is allegoric to the terms Indo-Anglican. He doesn't want to be a confused mixture of different things. He does not want to be a confusion of languages. He doesn't like a lack of imagination. He hates to be an unsuccessful affair between an Indian and an English. The poet doesn't like hyphens which are used to join two words together. He hates these hyphens and calls them artificial bridges between artificial values in the name of race, religion, and language. He condemns or severely criticizes all hyphenate minds which are the biased products of souls which are not free from prejudice, ignorance, superstitions, etc. etc. He condemns all labels and label makers. He doesn't like to be treated like the specimen of Monroe to be analyzed, labeled, and stored for another eager and sad fellow to analyze and classify it once again and then to put it on shelf once again. So Said Amanuddin in this stanza, Said Amanuddin doesn't use capital letters to begin each line of this poem. He doesn't use other marks of punctuations. He has a positive hatred for hyphens. Thus he writes in the modernist American tradition. Like the American poets E. Cummings, Said Amanuddin is one of the pronounced individualists of the poetic world. He has an abnormal style, lacking in punctuations and capitalizations. He starts line at the margin and then explains or elaborates in its lines that follow. Next stanza is that they call me Indo-Anglian. I don't know what they mean. Kaveri flows in my veins. Chamundi hills rise in my mind with stars afro eyes of the goddess gleaming on the slain demon. Vrindavan fountains sings in my soul their musical colors. But I am not tied down to my childhood scenes. I have led language by their ears. I have twisted creeds to force the truth out. I have burned candles in the caves of prejudice. I have searched in the ocean of being. I have flown across the universe on the wings of my thoughts. So, in the in this stanza, they said Amanuddin says that people people calls him Indo-American, but he doesn't know what they mean by this. He belongs to South India, and the river Kaveri flows in his veins. His mind is full of those happy association of South India. Chamundi hills rise in his mind. The bright eyes of the goddess Durga are smiling on the demons Mahishasur killed by her. The colorful Vrindavan garden fountains of Mysore fill the poet's soul with music. However, the poet is not limited by being tied to his childhood since he has mastered language. He has twisted the systems of beliefs or opinions, especially religious beliefs, to know the real truth. He has become enlightened by burning candles in the narrow caves of prejudice. He has moved freely like the waves in the ocean of being. His thoughts as free as he has traversed the universe on the wings of his thoughts. He says that and he said that the people who call him Indo-Anglican cut him off from the external world and makes him invalid. He would rather like to be grouped with great poets like Kalidasa, Kabir, Dante, Omar Khayyam. Next stanza. They call me Indo-Anglican. The mistakes misinformed folk in class with a small group of writers cloistering me, crippling me. I would rather roam with Kalidasa and Kabir or go on a spiritual journey with Dante, meditate with him on the mathematics of existence, or sing with Ghalib the anguish of love, or drown with Lippo kissing the moon's reflection in the river. They call me Indo-Anglican. It's true, I write in English, dreams in the language of Shakespeare and Keats, but I am not an Anglo, my friends. I am a poet. I have lived for 40 centuries under various names. I am now Amanuddin. So, poet says that the people who call him Indo-Aryan cut him off from the external world and makes him invalid. He would rather like to be grouped with great poets like Kalidas, Kavi, Dante, Omar Khayyam. He will undertake a spiritual journey of inferno, purgatory and paradise with Dante. He will like to meditate with Omar Khayyam on the mathematics of life and sing the painful songs of love with Ghalib. He will drown with Lippo kissing the moon's reflection in the river. Finally, the poet says that although he writes in English, dreams in the language of Shakespeare and Keats, yet he is not Anglo. He is a poet. He has lived under various names and has Indian culture heritage of. He is now Amanuddin. So Amanuddin here in this poem, Amanuddin doesn't like to be called Indo-Aryan because this term cloisters him to a small groups of poets. He says that he has the rich background of the river Kaveri, Chamundi hills, the goddess and Vrindavan fountains of Mysore. He will like, sorry, he said that he will like his name to be associated with Kalidas, Kavi, Dante, Omar Khayyam and Ghalib. Although he uses the English language of Shakespeare and Keats and dreams in English, yet he is a poet and simply Amanuddin. So we can say that this poem is written in free verse. The poet has innovated a new style. Thank you.